12:38. It's daylight saving time. A reminder from the Weather Channel. And now, your local update.
A high wind warning, a flood watch, and a coastal flood warning have been issued for our area by the National Weather Service. Currently, the temperature is 44 degrees with light rain. Our local Doppler radar. Windy with rain, heavy at times, high 48. Winds east-northeast at 25 to 40 miles per hour. 1 to 2 inches of rain expected. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. For tonight, windy with rain, heavy at times, low 43. Winds east-northeast at 25 to 40 miles per hour. 1 to 2 inches of rain expected. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. On Sunday, rain early, then remaining cloudy with showers in the afternoon. High 47. Rainfall near 1/4 of an inch. The week ahead. Traffic conditions around our area.
And I'm Heather Tash. We are interrupting storm stories to update you on the northeast storm. We have had deadly flooding in West Virginia as well as a massive fire in New Jersey that's been whipped up by 40 to 50 mile-an-hour winds. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes joins me now with an update on what we can expect the rest of the day.
And Heather, that rain now, very heavy rain, is moving into New Jersey, so that may help a little bit with that fire situation, but the winds are also going to pick up with that. We still have ongoing flooding, and we still have widespread areas of very heavy rain and wind. Let's take a look. Here's the big culprit for all of that. It's a low that's off Salisbury, New Jersey, heading slowly northbound off of Delaware. The winds with that at the surface are pulling in from just slightly north of east. They're very strong, they're gusty, they're causing power outages, trees and power lines down and whipping around that fire in New Jersey. Just above the surface, the winds change direction. They come in more from the south and east. They're pushing Atlantic moisture into New Jersey, into southeast PA, Maryland, into other parts of Pennsylvania. One good thing that we've had, as this occluded front here, this purple front went north, the winds shift across that. So north of that, it's Atlantic moisture coming in. South of that, it dries out. And that's certainly good news because overnight we've had tremendous amounts of rain, even thunderstorm rains in parts of West Virginia. There's still runoff flooding going there, but not much new rain. So let's take a tour of the whole weather situation here with some of these situations. And my clicker was working. It has stopped working. So let me see if I can make that go again here. Okay, I have an issue. Let's see if I can make my program advance. Stand with me one. So we've had some catastrophic flooding really in parts of West Virginia, but the rain has ended there. But where it's really picking up to almost a ½ inch per hour at times here coming across New Jersey. Very heavy rain in the yellows and oranges. One good thing for the moment, though, that band is moving rather quickly, so it's not lingering at those kind of rates, but it is going to rain lightly for a long period of time, perhaps even into tomorrow over this area. So we'll see a bit later on here that we could pick up some places a storm total of perhaps 7 inches of rain. At the moment, this kind of torrential rain on top of saturated ground now, street flooding very likely, and with that band is coming some very heavy rainfall rates as well. Right down into Washington, D.C., you're very near the edge of the rain. Baltimore, you're in some of those heavier bands. As I slide a little bit farther to the north here, Boston, you're in a steady I'll call it light rain. It's going to pick up also as gradually the storm moves northward, some of these heavier rain bands will come into your area. Long Island, very heavy rain taking place. The good news, as I mentioned, the southern central parts of West Virginia, you're on the other side, the dry side of that frontal zone, and so that's at least not adding additional problems to those you've already developed from the previous rain as well as the snow melts, and you are continuing, though, to have problems with ongoing flooding. That combination of ongoing rain as well as the melting of snow and the runoff are causing flood watches, in effect, possibilities of flooding, and in fact, in most of these places, ongoing flooding all across these green shaded areas. That's particularly dangerous in the higher slope, more sloped terrain of southern and eastern parts of West Virginia down into southwest Virginia, where we've had even deadly flash flooding take place. The flash flood warnings have expired, but flooding still ongoing. That's likely to spread also in parts of southwest and central PA, areas where the snow that's melting and some of that steeper terrain, and just the gradual pileup of rain across will lead to urban flooding and small stream flooding across much of the southern New England and the Northeast. Rainfall totals, some places getting up to 5 inches of rain with some of those higher amounts. And then here you see all of these blue shaded areas, some of the more major rivers that are going to go into at least moderate, some may even go into major flooding, western and central PA, West Virginia, north and west parts of Virginia, up into some parts of New England as well. So this is a very serious storm system in terms of its multiple threats. That low that I pointed out, it's been intensifying. It's pushing against high pressure that's up across Nova Scotia. You pinch the isobars, pinch that pressure differential, and that squirts like a toothpaste faster and faster. So all these blue shaded areas here, we're getting gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour today. Most of them right now, the worst of those that are in the 50 to 60 range are in New Jersey. Gradually with time, those that are in, say, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, that are now in the 30, 40, 45 range will also go up to the 50 to 60 range. They'll gradually die down tomorrow, though, in places like New Jersey. This is not going to be just an instant storm, because that one low center is offshore, but there's still another low center back in Illinois, big sprawling, large upper air system. It's going to have to slowly drag out of the way. So that means that probably places like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia will dry out some by Sunday, but some of the woes will spread up into coastal New Hampshire, into Maine, and continue in Massachusetts tomorrow with some of that heavy rain, those onshore winds, the coastal flooding, as well as some of the very strong wind gusts. So it is a very, very stormy situation. Don't drive through any flooded roadways. In fact, if you don't have to, don't drive at all today, because in this kind of terrain areas, you could just come around a bend and the road could be washed out. It's a good time to make sure your flashlights are working. Have the batteries in there, because there are going to be power outages with trees and lines falling in many of these locations. So by and large, my main warning for you, caution, my hope for you, is that you stay safe on this St. Patrick's Day. Heather?
All right, thank you so much. It certainly sounds like it could be a rough weekend for many. We're going to get another update from Dr. Greg Forbes at the bottom of the hour. Right now, we return you to Storm Story already in progress.
Our office was